And another top story tonight is the Coeur d'Alene School District saying 3 of its schools are now completely overflowing, and the problem is only expected to get worse.
As we continue our Boomtown coverage this week, our Amanda Rowley shares an inside look at the most overcrowded school in the district.
Mark Whitney, Woodland Middle School is the most overcrowded school in Coeur d'Alene School District. Now, its principal says they are about a year away from taking drastic measures to create space for its students. 2 generations of students have walked through these halls.
Because I'm kind of old, I tend to give kids nicknames. And so I will remember their nicknames oftentimes.
Scott Travers's classroom hasn't grown, but the student population has.
The kids are the same now as they were 20 years ago. There's just more of them.
He taught every generation of Woodland Grizzlies. All over the classroom, you'll find his collection of smiles, most of which he can still name.
This is the 8th year in a row that I've had a current child find one of their parents on my wall.
When the school opened in 1998, Travers says it was full, but now Woodland Middle School is overflowing.
I have had times when every desk in my room is full and there are children seated over on the counter over there.
According to the Coeur d'Alene School District, Woodland Middle School's current enrollment is 21% over its max capacity. Lake City and Coeur d'Alene high schools round out the district's top 3 most overcrowded schools. In the years to come, the district expects the overcrowding to get even worse and in more schools. That's because the growing development in West Coeur d'Alene is bringing in more families and their students.
You just have to drive around in the northwest corridor of Coeur d'Alene and you see that that's where all the construction is taking place. And then there's some dynamics downtown where some of our families are getting priced out of being able to live downtown.
But Woodland is already feeling the squeeze.
This is what Woodland Middle School's hallway looks like at its busiest. Right now you're seeing about 2/3 of the student population making their way either to lunch or to their next class.
Really, student safety, that's our number one concern with that. I mean, instruction still goes on how it would normally go on, but when you have that many bodies and you're trying to move them around and get them there safely, there's concerns with that.
To reduce the number of students in the hallway at one time, Lindquist says the lunch schedule had to be adjusted.
Our 6th graders are on their own instructional time, and so they are never in the hallways with our 7th and 8th graders.
The school also expanded its footprint to 3 portables, each split into 2 classrooms. But the district wants to move away from this temporary Band-Aid. It believes the portables stress core buildings. They're less efficient and pose safety and security concerns.
When I was a portable teacher, I was warned on a couple of occasions that we might have to run into the building quickly because there were things going on outside.
In some ways, change is good. And a good change for future generations of Woodland Grizzlies would be much less crowded hallways. Now, the school district's long-range planning committee recommends securing property to build a new middle school and elementary school. Then it needs to find a way to pay for it all. Now, land for an additional high school is already secured. It's just a matter of when it will be needed. We'll continue tracking this as plans develop. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.